Good morning. This is a remake of video 5 because some exercises were left out in the previous one. So the first 4 videos we started relatively basic, not so many exercises. Today, from video number 5, some of the exercises of the even video will merge with the uneven video. So some of the exercises of video 2 will merge with video 1. So today we have some more exercises, which means the intensity will increase considerably. I will talk less and we will practice more focused and more in silence and much more intense than we have done so far. I hope you have followed a little bit. If you practice on a fairly regular basis, you notice increase of strength, flexibility and focus, and that's exactly why from today we will increase the intensity. Number of exercises goes up, intensity will also increase considerably. That also means that in the even video, in video number 6, room is created, and there will be several new exercises in video 6. So this process will continue throughout the 40 videos that we are planning to make. We do some exercises and then some others will be added, and when we have repeated the exercises a number of times, 7 to be precise, they drop out and will be replaced by new, more advanced exercises. Each exercise will be repeated 7 times. After that you can still do them on your own, but they will not appear in the videos anymore. So a very systematic approach, which is the only way that yoga really works. Systematic build-up. Okay, let's close our eyes for a minute. Let's get to it right away. Close the eyes, don't do anything complicated. Just as a matter of connecting, clearing the mind, and readying yourself for what is to come. For a minute, we just close our eyes. Breathe deep and calm. Okay, slowly open your eyes again. Please stand up. We start with Tadasana. Place the feet parallel. Distribute the weight on the foot soles evenly, consciously. Straighten the legs. Tilt the pelvis a little bit forward. Shoulders a little bit back. Erect the spine. Stretch the back of the neck. And tuck in the chin gently. Tadasana. the mountain pose. Every other standing pose starts with Tadasana. Vriksasana is the tree pose. For this, I take a step back. Because it's a balancing pose, it's better done on a hard floor rather than a soft underground like the mat. Tadasana, Vriksasana. Slowly raise the foot. Place the foot as high as possible on the back of the inner thigh. Establish balance. Level the hips horizontally. Cross the thumbs. Then, while keeping the shoulders depressed, we actively reach for the ceiling. Fully stretch up to the point that you even feel your chest and your flanks erecting actively. Slowly lower the hands. Slowly lower the foot. Take a little rest in Tadasana. Take a deep breath. Then we switch. Slowly raise the foot. Place it on the back of the inner thigh. Remember, if you cannot place it so high up, then let the foot rest on the knee, the inside of the knee. And eventually even you could let it rest on the inside of the ankle, no problem. Fully, actively erect while keeping the shoulders depressed. Keep breathing deep and calm throughout the pose. And slowly come back. First, bring down the hands. Bring down the foot and relax for a moment before you move on to the next pose. Which is Uddita Trikonasana, the triangle pose, with emphasis on the word Uddita, which means intensely stretched, intensely erect. It is this element, Uddita, that is lacking in most people's practice. So important that you pay attention to this. Spread the feet, not too wide, and remember to misalign the feet. Inhale deep. Exhale, focus on the tilt of the pelvis, which is accommodated by a slight rotation. That rotation you don't have to measure, it happens naturally when you focus on the tilt. So allow the hips to rotate a little bit. Teachers will tell you to align the hips, not natural, doesn't work. Because when you not allow the hips to rotate a little bit, you compensate by bending the upper body, and you lose the essence of the pose by doing so. So focus on the tilt of the pelvis. Uddita means this, the straightness. Legs straight, both, and upper body also is not bent. You erect in all directions. Your belly erects, your chest opens up, and you're not leaning on your head. Go back to Tadasana. Take a deep breath and relax for a moment. Then we repeat on the other side. Spread the feet. Misalign the feet. Inhale deep. Exhale. Tilt the pelvis. Focus on the tilt of the pelvis. Then Utthita. Remember the meaning of the word Utthita, the erectness. Come back to Tadasana, and relax for a moment. Utthita Parsvakonasana literally means extended flank pose, which doesn't say too much to you probably, but is usually in English referred to as the wide triangle pose. So that's what we do. We spread the feet wide, misalign the feet, inhale deep, exhale bend the front leg, until the thigh is horizontal. The rear leg must remain straight, like in Tadasana. You lock gently the knee, then you bring the flank and the hand in line with the rear leg. Do not lean on the elbow or the hand, otherwise you lose the essence of the pose, really the power of the pose. Slowly come back. Tadasana, take a deep breath and relax for a moment. Now we switch legs. Inhale deep. Exhale, bend the front leg. And bring the flank and the arm in line with the rear leg. Here also Utthita in the name, the Sanskrit name. Utthita is the erectness of the pose. You lose Utthita when you lean, when you put your hand on the ground or your elbow on your knee. Don't do that. It really renders the pose impotent. Slowly come back and relax for a moment. Video 1 and video 3 ended here, basic as they were. Now we add 2 of the warrior poses from video 2 and 4 to our practice in video 5. So we start with Virabhadra 1, the first warrior pose. Spread the feet wide, join the hands, turn 90 degrees. Inhale deep, exhale bend the front leg. Then stretch up the upper body actively and arch back. The rear leg must remain straight. Slowly come back. Switch. Spread the feet wide. Don't forget to misalign your feet. Join the hands. Turn around 90 degrees. Inhale deep. Exhale, bend the front leg. And stretch up, arch back. And slowly come back. Relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. Virabhadra 2, the second warrior. Spread the feet wide again. Inhale deep. Exhale, bend the front leg. Now, if you just do this subconsciously, like most of us do, you just go naturally with the hips wanting to go this way, and then your body bends. So you don't want that to happen. You want the spine to be erect, so you do the opposite of what the pose wants you to do. You open the pelvis, push the tailbone down to the floor, and that creates a symmetric upper body. Both flanks are straight and your spine is perfectly aligned. Focus on a spot beyond your fingers pointing forward. And slowly come back. Take a deep breath, relax for a moment. Then we switch. Spread the feet wide, misalign the feet. Inhale deep. Exhale, bend the front leg, and remember, turn the hips in the opposite direction they want to go. Stretch up the flanks as if you are being lifted up under your armpits. And slowly come back. That is quite intense, isn't it? These basic poses take care of your basis, your fundament, which is your legs and your hips. If you have hip problems, lower back problems, these poses will help tremendously. If you find it too intense, too hard, do not worry too much. Simply repeat the poses on a daily basis. Do what you can. Try not to push yourself into doing something that you cannot do yet. So just follow the flow. And little by little you see you can stay longer in the poses, and it just feels easier and lighter every time you do it. But it only works if you do it regularly, at least a couple of times a week. Okay, lie down, Savasana. Probably gonna be your most favorite pose from now on, the corpse pose. You close your eyes, breathe deep and calm, and you relax your whole body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. One minute, not longer. If you do it longer, then you destroy the wonderful effects that you created with your asana practice. Unclasp the fingers. Stretch yourself out. And slowly come back. Sit on your cushion or your folded towel or blanket. Tilt the pelvis a little bit forward. Straight back, slightly concave. Stretch up the neck, tuck in the chin. 5 minutes in which we observe simply what is happening, what we feel, what we hear, and eventually, most importantly, what we think. Most of thought goes subconsciously, but it has a huge influence in our daily lives. By observation, eventually leading to meditation, by observation, subconscious flow of thoughts becomes more conscious, and you start discovering what moves you throughout the day consciously. And that's just amazing. It will change your life forever. Simply observe. That's how meditation starts. 5 minutes. Close the eyes, breathe deep and calm. slowly open your eyes again. Do you notice the amazing transformation that takes place in this just 5 minutes, short 5 minutes? The value of meditation, just so short and so simple, is beyond words. It's just amazing. And who cannot find 5 minutes per day to just sit in silence and close the eyes for a moment? Modern day life doesn't allow us this luxury, but it's not a luxury, in fact. Rather, it is a necessity. All of mankind should do this, and a lot of the misery in the world would disappear if we did. Good. If you're curious about Om, there is a separate video, 20 minutes approximately, where I explain in very practical terms the meaning of Om and the purpose of Om and the effect of Om. It's a very interesting story. I advertise myself as a no-nonsense teacher. That means that I am not into rituals generally, if I do not understand what those rituals mean. If it doesn't have a practical value or a clear explanation of why we do what we do, I refuse to participate in that. But Om is just a wonderful, the story behind Om, the philosophy of Om, and the direct effect that it has on the human being in terms of harmonizing the energy circulation is very real, very palpable, and well, if you listen to the explanation in the video, you will see. It's a wonderful story that many people are simply not aware of. So that is one of the rituals, one of the few rituals that we keep in our practice. No nonsense, but practical. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your yoga, and until video 6, thank you for your attention.